Mountain Mayhem, for whatever reason, already seems like we're in the bug fixing phase, despite us being like pretty early on in the development. Maybe it's just a slow week or something like that, but yeah. Inside the slow week, we are seeing some types of things related to the changes of like the lunge attack and other different types of things like that, such as the fact that the Nautilus can actually prefer any type of fish after eating pufferfish, and when they eat any type of fish inside of a bucket, including that of not axolotls, including that of what is going on? Get out of my way. Including that of okay, you are very confusing. Maybe it's because you weren't in the water. Let's try this now. Let's try this now. But yeah, now okay, something is definitely wrong. I cannot feed this guy anything else after he's already been tamed. So maybe there's some type of bug or something like that. But what's supposed to happen is the fact that when these guys are actually tamed, you could actually feed them any type of fish you want from a bucket. And we cannot do that right now for whatever reason, but just take my word on it, but just imagine and just know that at some point in the future you will be seeing some changes to that or something like that, because Nautilus can now no longer just not eat or no longer eat just pufferfish, but they can also eat other types of fish, such as, you know, every other different type of fish we could see inside the game, and they're supposed to eat out of a bucket, but they just can't. Okay, they can't do that either. Maybe it's when they're tamed. Maybe it's when they're tamed, or they're at least able to be lured. See that? I'm learning along with you guys. I'm 100% learning along with you guys. And something else I'm learning on about is the fact that spears can now actually be held by piglins and can actually be used to attack players. As we can see right here, they can actually hold the golden spear and they can actually use it to attack players. This is not going to end well, my friend, pretty soon, but I'd imagine you know what's going to happen soon. And from the looks of things, they can only hold golden spears, which is pretty understandable and a pretty expected type of thing. And on top of that, zombies can actually use them to attack players as well. Where are the zombies? Right where they've always been. And actually, if they turn into zombified piglins, they actually do still retain holding the spear, which is a pretty noteworthy thing and things like that. But of course, with the zombies, they can actually also hold on to a spear. None of them are holding onto a spear. Maybe it's a lot rarer for zombies than we originally think. There they are. There they are. You're holding a spear, and they will be able to attack you with it. I don't need to show you that they'll attack me with it, but just take my word for it. Take my word for it. And something related to the zombie horse, in fact, is the fact that now they have the correct category of monster, and they have the correct category of burning alive. I did not mean for this to happen. I'm very sorry. We will mourn you and your family forever. Anyways, moving on. Camels can actually take fall damage when falling from 4 blocks or higher or anything like that, similar to like a player or something like that. Why did you not take damage? What is going on with Minecraft today? Maybe I did it wrong. That is 4 blocks, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Well, whether it is or not, just take my word for it that when they actually fall from higher than they're supposed to, then they will take fall damage. You guys are being so frustrating today. What is going on with you? I don't know. I don't really know. Well, something that's going to be intentionally frustrating is the fact that phantoms actually now can no longer drown. So, in the case you were trying to escape them inside the oceans or something like that, then, yeah, that's not happening anymore. That is 100% not happening anymore. So, just be wary when you're actually trying to attack a phantom or trying to evade a phantom, that the oceans now are no longer going to be a safe place in doing that in. But yeah, while we're seeing all these different types of changes and fixes to different types of mobs and I guess different types of ways these mobs actually operate, what about the lunge thing we saw from Java Edition yesterday? Is that inside the game? Fortunately, for many players, as it turns out, no. And I say fortunately because I did do a poll recently on Twitter X, and many people actually don't like this one change. They don't like the fact that you will take a whole bunch of hunger when you actually lunge yourself. And I can kind of see why. I could kind of see why, like, that would be a very infuriating thing, an infuriating way on actually going about, I guess, using what was once a pretty cool enchantment and is now incredibly nerfed. So, a couple ways you could, like, I guess, balance this out in some ways is either have yourself use a whole lot less hunger when actually lunging yourself, or maybe have some other different type of way to prevent the player from using it over and over and over again. Maybe something similar to, like, say, the charge attack or something like that, because the player obviously can't hold it forever considering just how heavy it is, and maybe after a while what could happen is, like, I don't know. After doing it for a few times over and over again, your arm just becomes tired and you can't do it again, which would make strength potions way more useful and make like other different types of things pretty worthwhile and things like that. I think I'm talking nonsense right now. I lost my wordings. But regardless, I think like generally there's nothing too crazy inside of today's preview or anything like that, but there is plenty of fixes and things like that, and hopefully some changes to do with that lunge change we saw in Java Edition Snapshot yesterday. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But yeah, let me know what you think of this preview down below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.